Title: The Mirror's Edge. The small town of Eldridge had always been a little peculiar, but this year, it was especially strange. As Halloween approached, decorations morphed from silly ghosts and pumpkins into something darker. It wasn't unusual for the kids to whisper stories about the old Whitaker house that sat on the hill, but now their tales filled the air with unease. Everyone claimed the place had changed. 15-year-old Lily Morgan didn't believe in the superstitions that circulated among her friends. A curious soul with an adventurous mind, she set out to explore Whitaker House, convinced she could debunk the myths surrounding it. The neighborhood children dared each other to go inside, but none had the nerve. The high walls covered in ivy and darkened windows seemed daunting, yet excited her. On Halloween night, Lily gathered her courage, clutching a flashlight as she approached the crumbling old structure. The iron gate creaked ominously as she pushed it open, and the cool evening air sent shivers down her spine. The porch floorboards groaned beneath her shoes as she made her way to the front door, which stood slightly ajar, inviting yet menacing. Inside, the house was steeped in shadows, the only light coming from her flickering flashlight beam slicing through the dimness. Dust coated every surface, the air heavy with the scent of decayed wood. The walls were lined with faded portraits, faces long forgotten but eyes that seemed to follow her as she walked by. Lily felt an urge to explore deeper, finding herself in a grand living room filled with antique furniture draped in white sheets. Among the clutter, her attention was drawn to an ornate mirror leaning against the far wall, its surface fogged with years of neglect. Something about it tickled her curiosity, so she stepped closer, wiping away the dust with her sleeve. As the mirror surface cleared, it revealed not her reflection but a vibrant landscape unlike anything she had seen. The colors were unnaturally vivid, and flowers bloomed in shades impossible in the natural world. A feeling of wonder filled her, and she found herself reaching out to touch the glass. Just as her fingers brushed the cool surface, a pulse of energy surged through her, and the mirror rippled like disturbed water. In an instant, everything around her changed. The faint whispers of the house were replaced by melodious laughter, and she was standing in a lively carnival, complete with twinkling lights, bright tents, and crowds of people in dazzling costumes. "Welcome," a voice chimed beside her. A girl her age, with shimmering golden hair and an infectious smile, stood before her. "I'm Mia, come play with us." Lily felt an overwhelming sense of belonging, but a flicker of doubt nudged her mind. "Where am I?" "In the Joyland," Mia replied, spinning in delight. "It's a place of happiness where nothing bad ever happens." As they explored, the world dazzled and amazed Lily. They raced on carousel horses that galloped through cotton candy clouds and played games where the prizes were glowing, lively creatures. For the first time, Lily felt truly carefree, the burdens of her real life fading into a distant memory. But as the night wore on, she began to notice oddities. How no one seemed to age, how laughter was always just a bit too high-pitched, and how no matter which direction she turned, the carnival never changed, the games, the music, the faces never varied. Dread crept in, slowly wrapping around her heart. "I think I should go home," she said, trying to mask the tremor in her voice. Mia's smile faded slightly. "Home? But you've only just arrived. I'm not sure I belong here. Please, I need to go back." Mia's face darkened, her eyes losing their sparkle. "Once you cross the mirror, it's hard to return. Joyland is for those who forget their old life." Just then, the world around her began to twist. The colors dulled, the laughter transformed into hushed whispers filled with darkness. A strange heaviness enveloped Lily, and a chilling realization washed over her. This place was not just a parallel paradise, it was a cage, trapping souls who had sought happiness but were doomed to forget their true selves. "Let me out!" she screamed, but the grip of the carnival tightened around her. Grabbing her own reflection in the mirror, she felt the familiar pulse of energy again, but this time, she fought against it. Instead of surrendering, she pushed with all her might. Just as the carnival's laughter turned to haunting screams, she pressed her fingers against the surface of the mirror, and it shattered into a cascade of sharp reflections. In one explosive moment, she was thrown back into the original, darkened Whitaker house, gasping for breath as the remnants of her adventure faded into memory. The mirror lay in pieces around her, glistening like fallen stars, each shard reflecting the face of a girl who had almost lost herself. As she stumbled away from the wreckage, The weight of the old house fell heavy on her chest. She looked back once, determination settling into her soul. Eldridge was peculiar, yes, but it was real. And she'd never take reality for granted again. In the years that followed, whispers continued about the old Whitaker house. Some said it was haunted, but Lily knew the truth. It was a reminder not to chase dreams that turned into nightmares. A warning to those who dared to look too closely into the mirror's edge.